Hey guys, Kate here. Welcome to yoga. Let's start as always by getting grounded. Find a comfortable seat. I'm in Sukhasana. You may choose to sit on your shins in Thunderbolt. You may want to take Child's Pose. All good. Find a place where you can take the next couple of minutes to comfortably come to your breath. Wherever you are, float your eyes closed and just take a minute to feel. What have you brought to your mat? Is your mind busy jumping around? Is your body tight or tired? Do you just feel sad and blue? Just check in. Then begin to breathe. Inhale through your nose. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your nose. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue to breathe. Feel how the breath softens everything, helps slow things down. Get yourself focused for your practice for the next hour. If you'd like to lengthen the duration of your inhales and exhales, feel free to do so. Feel your chest rise, your lungs expand on the inhales. On the exhales, empty out all that stale air. Take a couple more rounds. Then float your eyes open. Let's bring our hands to heart center. We'll start with the sound of 1 Om. Take cleansing breath. Inhale. Side out. Inhale for Om. We'll start today or this evening at the top of your mat, standing. So come to the top of your mat, feet are about hips distance apart. Let's start in a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe bind elbow to elbow. Bend in your knees is fine. You can sway side to side in that ragdoll. Beginning to find some space in the spine. Then taking 3 Ardha Uttanasana, and you may want to use your blocks or your books for that. Anchor your hands, blocks, floor, your shins. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. One more time. Ground down, rise up. Hands to heart center. Taking a half sun salutation. Inhale your arms high. Ride your breath into a forward fold. Anchor your hands. Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold. Root down to rise up. Hands to heart center. Coming to chair pose. You can bring your feet together, squeeze your thighs to the midline. Keep them wider if that's a better fit for you. Sit into your chair. You can leave your hands at heart center or sweep your arms to the sky. Squeezing your thighs to the midline. Weight is more in the heels. Scoop your belly. Open up your heart. Exhale into a forward fold. Draw length into your spine. Step back to a high plank. Hold your high plank. So that means you're puffing up through your back. You're pulling your belly in. Crown of your head forward, heels back. Taking your Chaturanga Dandasana. Feel free to bring your knees down if that's helpful. Keeping your triceps tight by your side body. And let's find Sphinx pose. Come up on your forearms. Traction your heart space forward. Feel that length in your spine. Bringing your forehead down to the mat. Let's take a cobra. Hands by your chest, chin on the mat. You can zip up your legs. Lifting your chest, your gaze, not pressing into your hands, squeezing your glutes, pressing into your feet. Bring your forehead down. You can come through plank, or if you prefer, you can come through table, tuck your toes, find your down dog. Just take a little bit of movement here. Maybe bending one knee than the other. Then coming to a neutral dog, come up high on your toes. Take both heels to the right. Bend in that right leg. Feel the length in the left side body. Come through center. To the left. Bend in the left knee, feel that length in the right side body. Back to neutral. Bring your shins parallel to the mat. Scoop your belly. Press your chest towards your thighs. Then lift up. Tip your tail. Nice deep downward facing dog. Inhale. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Long spine. Forward fold. Arms high. Hands to heart center. Coming back to chair pose. Big toes touch. Squeeze your thighs to the midline. Come into your chair. Bring your hands to heart center and twist. That left elbow can come to where your thighs meet, or you can hook your tricep to the outside. Twisting to the right. Breathing in this twist. Come back to chair and up to standing. Right hand grabs left wrist. Side body stretch. Engage in these right obliques. Lengthen through the left side body. Inhale up. Take your forward fold. Draw length into your spine. Step the left foot back, finding a low lunge. Maybe start with your hands on top of your thigh. Isometrically, left knee is moving forward, right heel is moving back. You're feeling opening in the front of your left hip. Now, if you'd like, you can take a little bit of a back bend, arms to the sky, left hand to your left thigh or lower back, your choice. As you lower your hips, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Hands come down, toe stretch. That means all five left toes are tucked under. Knee is down, shift back. This may be plenty. You may be getting plenty of sensation here. If you have the space, you can sit on your heel. And if you'd like, you can take a forward fold, opening up in that right hamstring. Check in with your breathing. Shift forward through your lunge. Left foot meets the right. Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Urbahastasana. Tadasana. Taking that sequence on the other side. Starting with our chair pose. Squeeze those thighs together. Find your chair. Sitting low, squeezing those thighs together. Taking the twist, this time to the left. Now look down at your knees. If your right knee is scooting forward, see if you can bring your knees even. Find the twist in your spine. Come back to chair. Up to standing. Left hand grabs right wrist. Side body stretch. Opening up through the right side body, engaging those left obliques. Looking up. Inhale up. Forward fold. Long spine. This time, the right foot steps back and you find your low lunge. Weight coming into that left heel isometrically. Left heel is pulling back, right knee is pulling forward. Feel that hip flexor. It should feel good. You can stay here. If you want that little back bend, arms up. Right hand can come to your back or to your thigh. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Hips are coming forward, opening up to the sky. Hands come down, toe stretch, everyone's favorite. Tuck all five right toes, bring the knee down, and shift weight to your degree. Take that fold if you have the space. You'll really feel it in your left hamstring. Shift the weight forward through low lunge. Right foot meets left. Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Urbahastasana. Tadasana. Moving through a full Sun Salutation. Breathe. Sweep your arms high. Come into your forward fold. Find that halfway lift. Step or jump back to your plank. Decide, knees up or down. Take your Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe into your back bend, Cobra or upward facing dog. Come back through plank or table. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Point those toes, spread those toes. Step through, we're coming to a warrior one. Right foot to the top of the mat, spin the back heel down, sweep the arms high. As always, think about the right hip, in this case moving back the left hip forward. You're squaring your hips towards the front of the room. Let's take goddess arms or cactus arms and a little bit of a flow. Inhale, straighten your leg and your arms. Exhale, melt into your warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. One more time. Inhale, nice. Press through the outer blade of that back foot. Now we're going to come to intense leg stretch. Straighten the front leg, hop the back foot up and over to the left. Nice wide short stance. You can bring your arms behind you. I'm going to show you. You can knock your knuckles, or if you have the space, you can take reverse namaste arms. So find that intense leg stretch, footing, legs are straight, long spine, come into your forward fold. The right hip is moving up towards the sky and back towards the wall behind you. Release your bind. Take a couple more breaths here. And we're going to take Revolved Triangle, so you may want to use your prop, your book, your block. Left hand on that prop, right hand on your hip. Crown of your head forward, twist to the right, then lift your right arm and look up past your fingertips, pulling that right hip back. Right hand down, walk your hands to the left. Let's find a nice wide-legged forward fold. Toes pointing straight ahead, Prasarita A. Hands on the mat, fingertips in line with your toe tips. If that means bending your knees, bend your knees, no worries. Press your hands down and forward, moving your chest in the direction of going through your legs. No tension in your neck. Long spine, hands to your hips, come up to standing. And you may adjust your stance so it's not quite as wide. We're going to work with Gomukha arms, but we're going to work with your natural range of motion. In fact, I'm going to actually turn around so you can see what I'm doing. So first, let's just get set up. Hands are out, right thumb is up, left thumb is down. So now you're mirroring me because I'm facing the other direction. So you're going to move into your Gomukha arms, but with your natural range of motion. You're not forcing anything. See if you can keep your hands away from your back, your elbows away from your head, and come out. Nice. Come into your Gomukha arms, pulling your hands and your forearms away from your back, and out. One more time. you'd like, if you have the space and you can make the connection, I'm almost there today, you can bind, release, bring your hands to heart center, step to the top of the mat. Taking that sequence on the other side, starting with your Sun A. Breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Left leg high. Point those toes. Spread those toes. Find your warrior one. Left foot to the top of the mat. Give yourself that space for your warrior one. Left hip back, right hip forward. Arms to the sky. Settle into your lower body. Then we'll find those goddess arms and flow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really pulling your shoulder blades onto your back, pressing into the outer blade of your right foot. Coming to intense leg stretch. So again, you can knock your knuckles. You can take your reverse namaste arms. Straighten the front leg. Shorten and widen your stance. So you can really square those hips. Find your forward fold. It's going to be different from side to side. If you've got reverse namaste arms, see if you can press those palms together, lift those elbows like little bird wings. Release your bind. See if you can come a little bit deeper into that hamstring stretch. Left hip is moving back and up. Taking your Revolved Triangle. Right hand is grounded, maybe on a block. Left hand to your left hip. Long spine. Twist first. Think about stacking your left shoulder over your right. Twisting through the spine. Then lift your left hand. Left hand down. Walk your hands to the right. We're taking a wide-legged forward fold. So this time, take a bind. Bind to the outer blades of your feet. Hook your big toes. I think I'll face this way so you can see what I can do doing with my hands. Find some kind of a bind. Hook those big toes or hands to the outer blades of the feet. Use your arm strength to help you come into a nice deep forward fold. Scooping your belly, tipping your tail to the sky. Release your bind. Long spine, hand to your hips. Come up to standing. So we're working with those Gomukha arms again. So this time, your left thumb is going to be up, your right thumb is going to be down. You can bring your stance to a more comfortable place if you like. So come to your Gomukha arms, hands away from your back, elbows moving back, and let it out. Feel the natural range of motion. You're not forcing anything here. One more time. If you have the space, find a bind or press your hands into your back. My hands aren't quite there today. My shoulders aren't quite there. Release the bind, hands to heart center, step to the top of the mat. Moving through a Sun A or your modification will meet in down dog. You can just step back to down dog if that's what makes sense for you. In your down dog, let's take a couple of cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. And come to table. We're going to take Gomukhasana now, and I'm going to face towards you so you can see what I'm doing. So you're in your table. Cross your right knee behind your left. Take your feet wide. Sit back between your heels. Maybe you sit on a block. Maybe you straighten your bottom right leg. Your choice. I'm going to keep my legs crossed. So you're sitting between your heels. Scoop your belly and take a fold to your degree. Once you've found the pose, go back to your breathing. Come up. Come back to your table. Uncross and recross. Left knee behind right. Again, the bottom leg can be straight if that's more easeful for you. Find your Gomukhasana. Sitting up straight may be the best answer for you. If you want to take that fold, make sure you're scooping your belly. And find your fold. Cow face pose. Come up, unwind, come back to your table. Take a couple of rounds of cat and cow, or whatever feels good intuitively. Then as you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. If you'd like to, you can shift forward to plank and move through a vinyasa, your choice. But we'll meet in down dog. Right leg high, find a cheetah, shoulders over wrists, knee to your chest. Puff up, forehead to knee if you've got it. Back to 3-point. Find your warrior one. So we've already been here once. Find your warrior one, move into that space you've already created here. And we're going to come to eagle arms. So that's going to be left arm underneath right. Open up your heart. Come to humble warrior. Come low to the inside of your right leg. Release your bind. We're coming to intense leg stretch. Hop that back foot up. Straighten both legs. Melt over that right leg. Again, you've been here once before. Find that revolved triangle. Twisting open to the right. And we're going to transition to a revolved half moon. If you know, just go. Otherwise, follow along with me. Come through a grounded warrior three. So hands down, lift that left leg. Left hand is going to stay grounded. And twist open to the right. Flex that left foot. Come to a forward fold at the top of the mat. Long spine, forward fold, rise up, hands to heart center. Taking that full sequence on the other side, starting with the Sun Salutation, knowing that you can skip it or modify it, excuse me, or modify it if that works for you better. Moving through. We're meeting in down dog. Left leg high. Find your cheetah. Back to 3 point. Find your warrior one. Get the lower body. Eagle arms will be right under left. Lift up. Find your humble warrior. Release your bind, adjust to intense leg stretch. Hop that right foot up, straighten that left leg. Move the left hip back, the right hip forward. Fold over that left leg. Take your revolved triangle. Anchor your right hand on a block on the floor. Twist to the left. Look up past your left hand, moving that left hip back. Coming to our revolved half moon. Again, if you know, go. You may be able to float directly from where you are in revolved triangle. Otherwise, come through your grounded warrior three, lifting that right leg. Right hand is grounded, left hand on your hip. Twist to the left. Look up past your left hand. Come to your forward fold. Little bend in your knees. Maybe sway side to side. Long spine. Forward fold. Come up to standing. Hands to heart center. So we're going to play with a revolved dancer, which is that revolved half moon on a different plane. So we're going to start with our weight in our right foot, right arm up to the sky. I lied. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. Go ahead and bend. I have to face you guys to do this correctly, sorry. Weight's going to be in the right foot. You're going to bend the left leg. Left arm is up to the sky. Thank you, Kate. Right hand binds to the outside of the left foot. So this may be plenty, as you can see. That may be plenty. If you have the space, begin to move this into a dancer. Reaching and kicking 50-50. Kicking into your hand, lifting your heart. It's obviously not working that great for me today, but you get the point. There we go. So it's like a dancer, but the bind is different. Woo! Once you've tried that side, weight in the left foot, bend the right leg, right arm to the sky, left hand to the outer blade of the right foot. So that's the difference from our regular dancer. This is a lot right here in terms of balance. Maybe you move into your revolved dancer. Okay, so this side is definitely a better fit for me. And just play with that. Coming out of the pose, standing in Tadasana. I hope I didn't screw you guys up too badly with that. It's all just fun, right? Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a cleansing breath. Inhale through your nose. Side out. We're going to come down onto the mat, into child's pose. If you'd like to take a final vinyasa, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, step back to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touching, forehead in contact with the mat. Then coming forward to table and taking a forearm plank. You may interlace your hands. Some people like their hands flat. Whatever works for you. I want you to particularly think about engaging through your upper back, through your shoulder girdle. Because from here we're going to go to Dolphin Pose. So in your plank, puff up through your back, engage your belly, lower your hips to your degree. So you're pulling in your belly, you're spiraling your thighs, you're puffing up through your upper back, you're pushing back through your heels, and you're breathing, working your core. Five more cycles of breath. Come Come to table. Maybe take a cleansing breath. So coming to dolphin as an inversion, also continuing to really get strength in that upper back. From your table, and you can use a block if you have it, take your hands like this on either side of the block. That's usually about the right distance apart. Otherwise, think about bringing your forearms down, shoulder distance apart, palms are flat. Some people do prefer to interlace their hands. Decide what works for you. Bring your knees close to your degree, scoop your belly, puff up through that shoulder girdle, tuck your toes, and lift up into dolphin. Gaze down, unless you come into the forearm balance and then your gaze is forward. So this is a great place to be, and you're working really hard. If you want to play with lifting one leg to the sky, and then the other leg to the sky, that's there for you. Give it 5 more cycles of breath if you've got it. Bring your knees down. Come into child's pose. Knees together, ankles together. Take your arms back behind you. Slightly tuck your chin. Nice job. Coming onto our bellies for some back strengthening. Starting with Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose, but being very specific in our Cobra, not pressing into our hands at all. So chin on the mat, zip up your legs. Hands on the floor, fingertips in line with the tops of your shoulders. Inhale, lift. Your chin, your chest, your triceps move back. You're pressing into your feet. You're squeezing your glutes. Take your gaze up. Maybe lift your hands just for a moment. Come down onto the mat. Arms long. Rest on your left ear. So our second is Salabhasana. It's for your upper back. Let me show you how I'm going to be putting my arms. Imagine I'm laying on the floor. Face you. I'm going to roll onto my left hip, bring my right arm long underneath me, palm down, eye of the elbow down. Then I'm going to rock to the right, do the same thing. So my arms are underneath me. Maybe my pinkies touch, maybe not. So let me show you that. So I bring my right arm underneath me, my left arm underneath me. My pinkies are touching. Again, they don't need to be. My chin is on the mat. I'm looking forward. This is a lot right here. Relax your left leg. Inhale, lengthen and lift your right leg. Your right hip stays on your right arm. You're squeezing that glute, you're lifting the right leg high. And bring it down. Relax the right leg. Lengthen and lift the left leg. Breathing, using that glute strength. Releasing it down. Here's the nice part. Take your arms out from underneath you. Rest on your right ear. If you're a tennis player, that's really good for tennis elbow, that arm part of the pose. Finally, taking Purna Salabhasana, full Salabhasana. Chin is on the mat, arms are out like airplane wings. Slightly in front of your shoulders. Zip up your legs. On your inhale, take off like an airplane. Lift your chest, lift your legs, lift your arms. When your arms seem to be about ear height, angle them back, lift your chest even more, look up. For 3, 2, 1. Come down. Crocodile pose. Cross your wrists. Forehead at the cross. Bend at the knees and just windshield wiper your feet side to side. Then go ahead and push up to table. If you've got a block, go ahead and grab it, kind of bring it with you. Cross your ankles behind you. Come over your feet. We're going to come down onto our backs for 3 back bends. I'm going to talk you through 3 bridges. Those of you who have wheel, maybe take a bridge or 2 bridges and then add a wheel. So roll down onto your spine. If you have a block, you don't have to, but if you have it, go ahead, put it between your thighs. Depending upon how muscular your thighs are, you may put it this way, you may put it this way, but you want your feet hips distance apart, close to your sits bones. Go ahead and lift. Squeeze that block if you're using it. Chin is away from your chest. Squeeze on that block. 3 cycles of breath. Come up on your toes. Lower down. You can put the block off to the side. Take your feet wide. Let your knees fall towards one another. Just a couple cycles of breath. Setting up for a second bridge. Feet hips distance apart, close to your sits bones. Bring your arms tight by your side body, bend at the elbows 90 degrees. Your palms are facing back towards your face. Inhale, lift your hips, then press into your triceps, lifting through the upper back. Chin is away from your chest. Take 3 cycles of breath. Come up high on your toes, roll down, release your arms, take your feet mat's distance apart, let your knees fall in towards the center. Couple cycles of breath. Final bridge pose. Feet, hips distance apart. Inhale, lift. Interlace your hands underneath your glutes. Roll one shoulder and then the other underneath you. If you'd like, come up high on your toes and lift up for 3, 2, 1. Undo your hands, roll down, take Supta Baddha Konasana. Knees open wide, press the soles of your feet together. If you like, arms can be overhead. Let it go. Use your hands to bring your knees together and use your hands to help you come up to a seat. And we're going to work on opening our hips. You have 2 options. If you like, I say like, I'm not sure anybody likes this pose, but if you enjoy, if you would like the challenge of double pigeon, let's start with our right foot, right shin parallel, left ankle on top, coming into your double pigeon. If you'd rather not do this, you can take seated pigeon. Simply bring your right foot to the floor, cross your right ankle just above, your left ankle just above your right knee, and then scoot yourself into your degree, feeling that opening, in this case in the left hip. Doesn't matter which side you do first, just make sure you switch sides when we switch. So using your arms behind you to help you keep a straight spine, active, so flex, in my case it's the left foot, and the more I scoot in, the more intense the opening is in this hip. Find the place where you're getting a nice opening, maybe close your eyes, focus on your breath. Come out of the pose. If you're in seated pigeon, you back out of it. If you're in double pigeon, straighten your legs. So if you're working along with me, if you're doing double pigeon, it's going to be now left on the bottom. You really want to have that shin parallel to the top of the mat and stack your ankles and your knees. It's also called fire log, so think about that stacking. This space here, that's the tightness in my hip. If you like and you have a block, you can put a block there. If you're taking the seated pigeon, in my case it's left foot flat to the earth, right ankle just above the left knee. My arms are holding me up nice and straight. I'm using my belly too, obviously. And then scoot in to help create that opening in the outer hip. Find the place where you're getting a lovely opening. Close your eyes and breathe. pose. Maybe scoot back. Let's all extend your legs forward. Maybe shake them out. And let's take Upavishta, so a wide, seated, wide-legged forward fold. So take your feet wide. Try not to be like this. See how I'm rounded through my spine? Think about taking an external rotation of the thighs and having that natural tilt in the lumbar spine. That means you may not get very low in this pose, and that's just fine. Scoop your belly, tilt the tail, hinge from the hips, not rounding. So if you're right here and you're feeling that opening, perfect. You don't have to be laying flat on the floor like a cheerleader. You can be, but you don't have to be. And as you breathe into this, maybe you find you can deepen it a bit, maintaining that tilt in the tail. Breathe. Walk back up. Bring your feet in. Let's roll down onto our spine with control. You can keep your legs straight or you can bend at the knees. Roll down slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae with control. Slowly as you can. Extending your legs if they aren't already. Let's take a nice twist. Hug your right knee into your chest. Take it across your body to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Final spinal twist. Come to center. Give that knee a hug. Extend it long. And hug the left knee into your chest. Find your twist. Come to center. Hug that left knee. Extend it long. Find your Shavasana. Let your feet flop open wide. Maybe bring your shoulder blades under your back a little bit. Arms away from your body, palms up as receiving. But get comfortable. And then find your rest. Give yourself this next couple of minutes to restore and relax. your body would like more than just this couple minutes of rest, please stay in Shavasana. You can stay as long as you want. If you'd like to end your practice with seated gratitude, begin to deepen your breath and take some movements to begin to bring liveliness back to your body. Starting with small movements, then making them a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Then in whatever way makes sense for you, come up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed or your gaze cast down. Take note of the effects of your practice. How does your body feel? Have you slowed down your monkey mind and calmed down? Do you feel a little lighter overall? See if you can take those good feelings off your mat into the rest of your day or evening. My name is Kate. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. As always, if you've got comments or feedback or suggestions, please do leave those for me on the YouTube channel there. Let's end by bringing our hands to heart center and honoring one another's spirit with Namaste.